Hey, how's it going, everyone? Just wanted to do I guess a tips and tricks video for installing new graphics on a dirt bike. So really the only tools I use, got an X-Acto knife, extra blades. I don't even really use this, use this to get any bubbles out or smooth it down. I wind up just using my hands. And I also have a heat gun, so we'll be using those. So I think the first thing we're gonna tackle is the front fender, just a little graphic on the front here. So we're gonna be installing this on a 2023 YZ250F. And so for something like this, I just try and simplify it. I mean, because if you just tear off the back and go to apply this, now you have this whole surface area that it's gonna be a real pain in the neck, right? So what you wanna do is take a look at this fender. And so for me, probably gonna go for either this point, down here, this point, and just cut off a little section. So by doing that, you're gonna eliminate having this whole surface area be, it's all sticky and it's gonna be messing you up if you don't get it perfect. So that's the way I like to tackle it, just a little strip, then you can peel off the rest. And once you have it pretty nailed down, centered and everything, the rest should be pretty easy. Just start from one end and smooth it out, either going, from top to bottom, middle to the sides. So we'll go for that. What I'm gonna do first though is clean up these plastics, make sure no oils or anything are on there, any waxes. These are Achirby's, so fresh set of plastics, only have one ride on them. So I'll be right back. All right, so we're back doing this, and a little isopropyl alcohol to make sure all that stuff is out. What I think I'm gonna do, let's go, how about just a tip right here? That's what she said. Light pressure. If you've never done this before, probably wouldn't recommend just trying it out, but you just want to score that backside and not go through any of the vinyl. Key to that is having a really sharp blade. I started off with a brand new one today. And now what we're gonna do, just leave a little bit of a border. So if that looks good, I think that looks pretty straight to me. So now the two options you can do here, you can peel this back a little bit, start working its way up. You can do it this way, feel comfortable. If you don't, you can cut off another section and just take little bite-sized pieces out of this. I don't foresee really anything on this being a problem. Probably won't even need to use any heat. What I want to do is here is now, if it's even off a little bit, you could use your fingers to straighten it or bend it in one way or the other. But as you can see, by doing that, you lined it up, no real issues. Again, here, make sure you're on that line. Just make sure we're following that edge all the way around. And now I don't do this for a living. I just like to tinker with some vinyl. I've done a couple of graphics kits now on bikes, some car stuff on personal cars, even friends' cars. I've actually done a little bit little bit of vinyl work, but that's about it. You get the idea for that. Now let's move on to the side panels for the front fender. All right, now for these side panels here, you have a nice edge to work on along the back here. So I don't think I'm gonna have to cut it. Any kind of cuts on the back. I think it's small enough piece that we can work the whole thing on. So you don't want to touch the backing. So just trying to grab it around the sides here. So what I'm gonna do is line this corner up best I can. I mean, the good news is, let's see, look at that. It's super tacky. I do want to try and stay away from overlapping that edge as much as I can, because obviously that's going to be a failure point when dirt starts to accumulate. And so now here, try and keep it close to that edge. You see the little ripples there? So there, we're going to use some heat. I like to heat the whole sticker up, and while we're over here, we're going to heat up over here too, because that was a pretty tight recess in here. Just to make sure. We'll go over all of this. And now what the heat's doing is it's going to relax that film, that vinyl, and really allow it to contour to whatever, well, I should say bend to whatever contour you're working with here. Obviously, it's very hot. You don't want to keep this on one spot for too long. Then after you're done, just run your fingers over there, make sure there are no bubbles. All right, so we got two pieces. That looks a little odd. It almost looks like it's off because the blue's not 100% the same. I guess it's the light. All right, I'll check back in. I'm not gonna show you the other side of that. We'll probably move on to the number plate afterwards. All right, so we got a number plate. So with these guys, let's make sure that's clean. Already wiped that down. I'm gonna go right down the middle. I'm gonna cut a strip down the middle. This way we can center it. I'm gonna use that obviously. And then these two little nubs down here to make sure we can get a really good center point. Now cutting this doesn't have to be exactly straight. The most important thing is you just wanna get a nice little strip down the middle. Down here, I don't know if that went through. Let's see. I'd rather be a little cautious and not cut too deep the first time through. So we'll just go a little deeper. There we go. So we got through that time. Again, not trying to touch the vinyl. All right, so perfect example of what you don't want to happen. You see with that, you have to get all this off. So what I'm gonna do is rescore this, but you wanna get all that off because any of those little fibers, you can get little bubbles. Now it's not a huge deal for dirt bikes, but if you're doing any kind of car vinyl or anything, usually you can pick that off because it's not, you know, all different colors. It's one smooth color. So let's see, I'm gonna do this on camera so you can laugh at me if I screw it up. So that's good. can feel that's going through. And then if you ever do get any of this, I'm not a surgeon, but here you go. Use your blade at not a very steep angle. Obviously you want to keep it pretty flat so you don't go through the vinyl, because X-Acto knives are super sharp. All right. Let's see, I gotta cut this side too, it looks like. All right, should have worked pretty well. About to find out. Perfect. Oh, I should touch the vinyl. Let's get this last little piece. What a pain in the ass. Come on, guy. All right. Now the hard part. Centering this up. Nope, we're a little off. This guy's actually proving to be kind of a pain, to be honest. The other thing you could do is try and line up the side here. See how that sits. Is that going to be too low? Maybe a hair. Looks like it has to go over that way. Just a tad? No, actually, not really. Down here a little bit, but we can stretch that in the way we pull it in. Right there. I think that will work. So now, the benefit of doing it that way is you're not dealing with all this surface area. So now I can just peel down off one side and work on one side at a time. But first, what we're going to do is make sure we're good to go. There we go. So we're starting to get a little crease going on there. Nope, actually pretty good. With this inlay here, this section, I'm going to use some heat just to make sure we get out any of these little bubbles. If you get any of these pesky bubbles that won't go, you can't get them out, you could always just pierce them with the X-Acto knife to get them out. Like that guy right there. Unfortunately, that feels like there's something under there. Well, not gonna be perfect, huh? What is that? All right. All right, so let's do a side panel. I chose to start this bottom right here. So if we center this circle, it's a good straight up and down area. Should really give us the best shot of getting this on straight. Can use a little heat too, if necessary. So you know what, before I start bending that in, let's take this off. It's looking pretty good. I'll leave that a little piece of backing on there so I can hold it. Now what's going to be important here is to start up the middle and kind of work my way out so I don't get any creases. See, like a little creases want to start developing right there. And now this. We're going to do here. Probably going to trim a little bit of this so it stays off that edge. But yeah, we're going to need some heat. And look at how it just relaxes the film. Let's see, some areas it's relaxing a little too much. So I'm going to take it away from those areas up there and let it cool back down. What I'm doing here is just working it to where, right towards the edge. All right, so that's all still backing there. But you see, like right here, I'm going to slowly just work around this so it lays in real nice. So there's little lines you can see. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It's actually on the plastics. So there's no bubbles in here at all. It's nice and smooth. So now, I'm not going to go any further there. Here, now for this. Here we're getting a little bit of bunching. Let's see what we could do here. Let's peel it off. It's hot. Should have my wrap glove on. So like right there, what I'm gonna do is recess it in, then I'm gonna X-Acto it and clean it right on that line. So that's why I'm not worried about that overlap right there, because that's all going to get cleaned up. Might as well just finish this piece real quick so you guys see the finished product there. And then I can show you as well once I slice that off. See the relief cut right there? Makes installing these kits much easier. If there wasn't, you'd get a piece of vinyl just bunched up, wanting to crease. So now what I want to do with this is I'm going to heat it up. Put a fingernail in there and really get that crease well in there. And then I'll just run my X-Acto knife right in there once it cools down. I'm not gonna do that now. But so, gives you an idea. All right. All right, now we're going for side panel. I mean, shroud for the gas tank, excuse me. So what I chose to do is 2 cuts for this guy. Here and here. Why I did that is, see how it goes down? It goes down here. Figured those 2 spots would give us the best chance of getting this on straight. So we'll do this side first. So I want to kind of just tack it right there. Bring it down here, close to that edge. Now what we're going to do is see how this lines up. See, that lines up, overlaps. Don't like it. So we're going to go back a little bit, try again. Now let's see. Now I like that much better. So we'll tack this down. I'm going to use a little heat for up there to make that bend down. Ouch. But for this guy, we can release the next section. And then it gives me this handhold to make sure we're laying this down straight. Okay, I like that. That's good. All right, I think we're good to do the whole thing. I'm gonna tear right here though. Give me another nice little area to grab. And then we're gonna do all this section with heat because of that contour. So now here, you can kind of play with how far down you want it to go. But with all these, we need some heat. Yeah, let's get some heat on there. Hot on the fingers. Any kind of little overlap, if I have any, I'll just clean it up with the X-Acto knife. Again, reiterating, I'm no expert at this. I just enjoy doing it. Every time I do one of these, I learn something new. But I will say, this guy is definitely more difficult than 2 KTMs I've done in the past. All right, so let's get section down, nice and tight. Like that bike is much easier. All right, so there you go. All right, guys, here's the side panel. This one's gonna be interesting because these are Acerbis plastics. They're not the stock ones, but they're should be pretty close. And why I say that, maybe it's just the contour right here doesn't look like it lines up very well. It's gonna get the meat down of this. It looks like it's lining up very well. All right, sorry about that. I lost, my battery died. So I got another one. I'll continue on. So this is probably the most critical piece right here. and getting this number plate right. That, hopefully you guys can see that hole to line up as you bend it in there. So we're gonna start using some heat. And really what can happen, like right here, it's a lot of stretch going on. This is where the thickness of the film actually helps, because if it was really thin film, it would crease really easily. So I'm a little short up there. I'm gonna have to peel back here. Fix that little knot, that little crease, excuse me. What is under there? All right, so we'll go back to heat. It's right here. You want to push down and get that nice distinct line. See how it pops out? We did a good job there. Not thrilled about it doesn't come all the way up. And this could have been up, you know, a little more angled. Not bad though. Just work these creases out. Actually, so we got to work all this in down here. And now, like, perfect example, right? I just used the heat to do that. Now down here, I'm not using any heat. And see the thickness of the film? See how those creases basically just go away? All right, this little bit right here. So I was almost able to do the whole thing with no heat. The bottom section, I mean. But see, with heat, you can get rid of all that. So now what we'll do is make sure we're smooth, work out any little bubbles until we get down to here. I do have a little bubble right there. I have to pop that guy. So I'll work on that, but kind of getting the idea. All right, this side is almost done. It's probably a little spot section for that. So my swing arms, fork, Guards, yeah, see one of these probably. That's a shroud, shroud. Perforations are always gas tank. Should be right here. There you go. This we can just do one piece. So I don't burn myself on the freaking heat gun. I know it's dirty, it's cleaned. It's just, I had to get in my first ride before these graphics got here. I couldn't wait. No, don't go on there. You know what? We're gonna line it up like that. Ooh, almost touched that. That would have been hot. I don't know about you guys, but this side piece gonna get destroyed in a ride. What do I mean? Can you see that? It's all gone. I gripped the bike so hard that it just rips it away.